Okay, you guys, so I am going to show you how to make quick and easy, very less expensive buttermilk. Now, buttermilk can be used for fried chicken, cornbread, homemade biscuits. Even some people use buttermilk to make dressing, buttermilk dressing. So I'm going to show you how to make a easy and quick buttermilk. Now I'm frying buttermilk chicken today, so I didn't have buttermilk on hand. So this is what you're going to need for your homemade buttermilk. You're going to need whole milk. Please do not use the skim milk, the 2% milk. Most of us have this in our refrigerator. And we're also going to use vinegar, apple cider vinegar. You're going to need 1 cup of milk. And what we're going to do, now I already have poured my milk into the cup. And I poured some vinegar already into the cup. Now I'm going to show you. You're going to take, now I always take a hole and punch inside of my my cap. That's how I use my vinegar. You might use yours different, but this is how I use my vinegar. It's easier for me to use. So you're going to take your vinegar and you're going to pour it into your milk. Now I already put some in, so I'm not going to put that much. So I use about anywhere from 5 to 3 splashes. Now stir it up, and now you see how thick this has gotten. You see? Now make sure you stir because it will curdle. And there's your buttermilk. Y'all see that? You don't have to go out and get all that expensive stuff, the expensive milk, because we don't use buttermilk. Think about it. We don't use buttermilk every day, so why do you just keep it in your refrigerator? This is a way that you can make fresh buttermilk, and it tastes as good too. If you like buttermilk and cornbread like my grandmother do. So my grandmother used to take fresh cornbread after she baked it, and this is an old school thing, and she would eat it for a snack, pour a little buttermilk on her cornbread, on her own plate, and she would eat it. I've never did that before, and I don't think I ever will do that. But yeah, so buttermilk can be used for homemade biscuits, fried chicken. You can even make homemade, I've never made this before, homemade buttermilk salad dressing for your salads. So I'm going to get the recipe and I'm going to do that one day. Okay, you guys, my chicken is clean. Excuse my pan. This pan is older than I am. I love this pan. I make my biscuits. I mix my marinades up in this. So, anyway, so we're going to make buttermilk chicken. So now I have to season it to let it marinate for about, I'm letting mine marinate. I'm cooking about 5 o'clock. So let's start with the seasonings. We're going to go in with the black pepper. Use any black pepper you want to. So, these are chicken wings. They've been washed. They're clean. The pan is cleaned out. This is just an old ass pan, and it's seasoning your food so good. So if y'all got any old pans like this or iron skillets, this is called seasoned. This is a seasoned pan. Garlic powder. Some of y'all young people ain't gonna know nothing about these old pots and pans. Some of the best cooking I've done in this forever. I put my biscuits in here. Okay, we got Italian seasoning, or you can use rosemary or thyme, whatever. I'm using Italian seasoning. Some of y'all ain't gonna believe so, but some of those chicken places y'all go to use Italian seasonings in their chicken. Y'all didn't know that, did y'all? KFC uses it, Popeyes uses it too. I got the tip from somebody. I can't tell you who it was though. And then for spice, we're going to use cayenne pepper. Put as much as you want to in it. We like it spicy here, so we're going to do that. And don't forget your paprika. I'm going to be using paprika. And then we're going to season it with whatever seasoning that you like. So paprika's for color. I don't use the smoke unless I'm doing barbecue. Okay, got the paprika. Then we're gonna add our adobo seasoning. Now, because of high blood pressure, I'm not gonna use a lot of seasoning, a lot of salt. But you can add as much as salt you want to. It's your joint. Okay, now I'm gonna mix it. Now my hands are very clean, you guys, so please do not make comments I didn't wash my hands. Okay, and then we're gonna use our homemade buttermilk after we get it all, after we get it all seasoned up. And so now we're going to use our homemade buttermilk. I'm going to stir this buttermilk up again, and I'm going to pour it over there and let it sit. Now, the buttermilk is going to break down the proteins, and it's going to make it juicy, real juicy. You can use it for any parts. This is the homemade buttermilk that I made, and now I'm just going to put this over here, and I'm going to let this sit in the refrigerator. Now remember, before frying your chicken, don't forget to let your chicken come out the refrigerator for at least 45 minutes to get room temperature, because if you won't, it will seize up and it will be hard. So now we're going to let this sit for a while, and the seasoning and the homemade buttermilk. Y'all see that? And then it will be ready to deep fry. I am going to deep fry it. And this is all I'm doing to my chicken. Of course, you got to season your flour to your taste. But because I do have a little high blood pressure, so I'm not using a lot of seasoning. I'm going to season it to my perfection. But because people will be eating over here, so they is going to have to put a little seasoning on their own food. But I am going to season it good, y'all. So y'all see my chicken is seasoned. The flour is an option, but I am going to put seasoning in it. Y'all try this. You can also put hot sauce in this marinade too. Love y'all. Have a blessed day. This is my tip for today. Homemade buttermilk. Stop spending all that money on buttermilk. And then they take a lot of shit out of it. If you want buttermilk, make your own.